Good morning and welcome to Vic and Burn Sports Chat. I'm Vic. It's Friday morning. Yeah, the weekend's upon us. Big sports weekend ahead. I hope you guys are all doing well. I hope you're really all doing well because, health is everything, my friends. And we've learned that once again in the last 24 hours. Sad news there, sad news. Before we get into the topics, before we get into anything, got to talk about Greg Biffle. A lot of you sports fans out there most probably won't know who he is. Fantastic NASCAR driver, retired a few years ago. Did a lot for the community. He's a pilot as well, helicopter pilot. Flew a lot of missions for when the hurricanes was bringing food and getting people out and stuff. Just a great guy. And sad news, he was in a plane crash with his whole family, 7 people on board. Him, his wife Christina, his daughter Emma was 14 years old, and his son Ryder 5. All died in that crash in North Carolina yesterday. The plane went down, and bad news. Look, of course, all the people that have got connections to Greg Biffle, the rest of his family, friends, and everything. Our deepest condolences here from Vic and Vern Sports Chat. You guys know me, you give me lemons, I try to make lemonade. The only good thing I see, the only good thing, there's nothing good about it. But, at least the kids don't have to mourn their parents, and the parents don't have to mourn their kids, I always said if I ever had to go like that, it's best you all go together, it is like that. So sad, so sad. So, Greg Biffle, rest in peace, my friend. The Biff, great NASCAR driver, great family man, and a great person who just did so much for everybody else. Yeah, it's just sad, just sad. But as they say, the show goes on, life goes on. You got to pick yourself up and you got to carry on. But it's gonna be sad. It's gonna be sad. I know NASCAR will put out a lot of good tributes for Greg Biffle. So well deserved. So well deserved. Okay, it's not always easy. There you go. These are today's topics. We'll talk about football, rugby, NFL, NHL, NBA, EuroLeague basketball, college sports, darts, winter sports, and cricket. Damn it, a lot to get into this week. A lot coming up on the show. Guys, we are 21,729, almost at 22,000, so keep on liking, subscribing, and hitting that notification button. Let's get into the football from yesterday. And the Italian Supercoppa, it was one of the semi-finals. And Naples, and Rasmus Højlund shooting Naples 2-0 in the lead there. They play 2 games, home and away. So Naples won their home one. Rasmus, you should have shot more goals for United, my son. You should have shot more goals for United. Good morning, Mo. Then let's move on to, there was a lot in the Conference League yesterday. Now, this is where everybody can start laughing at Vic this morning, because I got to name all these names again, because there are some crazy names here in the Conference League. But let's start off. Slovan Bratislava, that was the easy one, against BK Haken. 1-0 for Bratislava. Good morning, Vic, the savant. Why must Man United sell Bruno Fernandes? I don't know why they must sell him. It's been going around in the press, and I just thought I'd like to ask you guys. Me personally, I wouldn't sell Bruno. Yeah, I would sell, if I was Liverpool, I'd sell Isaac and those boys, but I wouldn't sell Bruno. There you go. Sparta Prague, Aberdeen, Scottish football in all disarray at the moment. 3-0 for Sparta Prague. Strasbourg. Strasbourg, they've actually changed their name to Strasbourg something Elsass, just around the corner from us here. They beat Breidablik 3-1. Mostar drew to Rapid Vienna 1-1. It's a lot to get through here, I'm telling you now. Raja Vallecano beat Gillian 3-0. Shakhtar Donetsk and Rijeka drew 0-0. Shamrock Rovers beat Hamrun Spartans 3-1. Don't even ask me where Hamrun Spartans come from. Anybody wants to quickly Google that and give me where Hamrock Spartans come from, please let me know. Olomouc lost to Lech Poznan 2-1. I know where those places are. Lausanne-Spor. Yes, Lausanne-Spor. Well done to Lausanne-Spor. They beat Fiorentina 1-0. Lech Warschau beat Lincoln Red Imps 4-1. Mainz beat Samson Sport 2-0. Kelce and Shelbourne drew 0-0. Omiat Nicosia, that is obviously from Cyprus, they lost to Rako Cheskova 1-0. Don't know where they are from either. Go check it out. I can't know everything, you know. I try my best. AEK Athens and Craiova, Athens won that one 3-2. Heated game. I saw a little bit of while I was flicking through the channels last night. That was nasty. Larnaca and K.A. Shekendija. Larnaca won. They won. I think that is from Albania, the other team. Alkmaar from the Dutch team. Alkmaar and Bialystok drew 0-0. Crystal Palace drew 2-2 to Kopia. And Dynamo Kiev beat FC Noah. Yeah, the Noah's Ark not doing so well there. 2-0. Wow, I got through that one. That was good. Don't forget this weekend, my friends. Premier League action. Some cracking games in the Premier League. Newcastle against Chelsea should be an interesting one. Brighton, Sunderland, I got on my radar as well. Spurs, Liverpool, interesting. I think Everton is a potential banana peel for Arsenal. I look angry this morning. No, I'm just a little bit angry. No, I'm hardly ever angry. I'm not an angry person. Angry is not the right word. Upset, yes. I'm upset because I did I was a big fan of Greg Biffle. I'm a little bit upset there, but no, angry, no. You would hardly see me angry. Pissed off because sports is not going my way, but that's got nothing to do with anger. I don't know why Amorim now suddenly wants to change his formation just because, whatever. Yeah, we'll see what happens. What did I say? Everton, potential banana peel for Arsenal. Aston Villa, Manchester United will be live on this channel. Check it out. Fulham, Nottingham Forest. Good morning, Ronnie. Let's quickly, I'll put it out there. That's a little cut out of what's going to happen on this channel this weekend. So let's quickly go through that. Tonight, Salgiris against Partizan, live with Vern. And then also tonight, Leinster against Ulster in the URC, live with me and Jan is joining me for that one. Then at 2 o'clock tomorrow morning, we are going, baby. It is Alabama against Oklahoma. Roll Tide, baby. Alabama, my team, of course, in the college, that'll be at 2 o'clock in the morning. Can't wait for that one. Then, of course, we have the morning show with Vern, the paper tosser. Then we have Stormers, Lions, Sharks, Bulls, the Darts World Championship. We have Aston Villa on the weekend, more darts, more morning shows. We might even have a little bit of NFL. Who knows? So check that out. Lots on the channel this morning. Sharks is going to lose by a big score. Good morning there, Rose Garden. Yeah, I don't know about that. Let's have a look at the NFL because there was a massive game last night. LA Rams against the Seattle Seahawks. That one went 30-30 into overtime. Rams came down, scored a touchdown. Then Sam Donald and the Seahawks were allowed to counter. They came down, scored a touchdown. And they didn't take the 1 point. They took the 2 points. Crazy from the coach, but it paid off and the Seahawks won, and a big win for the Seahawks. Seahawks are now the number 1 team in the division. Show you that quickly afterwards. Here we go. NFL stats. Look at that. Matthew Stafford, 457 yards, 3 touchdowns, and he couldn't win the game. He's got the MVP locked down. Sam Donald, 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. So he did really well. Look, Puka Nakua, he had 225 receiving yards, 2 touchdowns. That's unbelievable. That is unbelievable. So great stuff there. Let's have a look at the standings in the NFC West with these 2 teams. And as you can see, that loss for the Rams, Seahawks has just overtaken them. Seahawks guaranteed at the playoffs. Rams guaranteed in the playoffs. This year's NFL playoffs are going to be freaking mustard. I can't wait. I do know there's going to be a lot of sleepless nights for me because I'm going to be doing all the playoff games. Then we move into the NBA. And let me take my thing there. Let me just see if that game is done. Yes, it is done. So I'm going to quickly add that in. That was an OT game there, 134. There you go. So that is in there. Get rid of that. There you go. Put it in there for you guys. All right, so let's have a look at the NBA results. Got to do it a little bit differently. Got to go this way first. We'll do that one first. Makes it easier for me. And then we'll get back to the other one. Here we go. So, the Clippers and the Thunder, 101-122. Good win there from the Thunder. Of course, SGA at 32 points, 7 rebounds, and 6 assists. Kawhi Leonard at 22 points. Then the Wizards, they lost 94-119 to the Spurs. Nobody really shone in those two. The Raptors beat the Bucks 111-105. Brandon Ingram there with 29 points and 8 rebounds. Bobby Porter's 24 points and 12 rebounds in a losing court. Then the Rockets lost again. They lost to the Pelicans 128-133. Kevin Durant, he had 32 points, 7 rebounds. And Bay had 29 points and 9 rebounds for the Pelicans. The Mavericks, that's a big surprise. The Mavericks stunned the Pistons 116-114. Cooper Flag had 23 points and 10 rebounds. Cade Cunningham missed out on a triple-double by 1 assist. He had 29 points, 10 rebounds, and 9 assists. The Nuggets against the Magic, well, of course, the Nuggets won 126-115. Good job there from Pablo Banchero. He had 26 points and 16 rebounds and 10 assists for the Magic. So he had a triple-double. But the triple-double walking machine himself, Nikola Jokic, 23 points, 11 rebounds, and 13 assists. Then we move on to the second half of the NBA. There you go. We'll take that away. There you go. Let's get into it. The Warriors lost to the Suns 99-98. Jimmy Butler had 31 points for a losing Warriors team. D. Brooks had 24 points and 7 rebounds for the Suns. Then the Lakers, the LA Lakers, 143-135 against the Utah Jazz. George had 34 points and 8 assists for Utah. But Luka Doncic, 45 points, 11 rebounds, and 14 assists. Luka having an MVP-like season. Look, I'm going to tell you now. MVP is going to be an Eastern European. It's either going to be the Serb, Nikola Jokic, or it's going to be the Slovenian, Luka Doncic. America, where are you boys, man? Where are the US boys? No one to be seen. Then the Kings just finished. They lose it in overtime in a tight one to the Blazers, 133-134. Mar Rosen had 33 points for the Kings. Avidia had 35 points for the Trailblazers. Then the Hawks against the Hornets. Let me just see where I got that one. Hawks, Hornets. Now we got it further up there. 126-133. Lonzo Ball at 28 points for the winning Hornets. And Johnson at 43 points, 11 rebounds, and 9 assists in a loss by the Hawks. The Knicks and the Pacers, well, yeah, they nicked that one. Excuse the pun. The Knicks nicked that one, 114-113. And the Heat, my Miami Heat, there you go, 106-95 against the Nets. Good win for the Heat. What does that mean for the tables, baby? There we go. Let's have a look. In the East, Detroit, even when they lost, they're still the beast in the East. Followed by the Knicks, only 1 game behind. 1 loss more. Toronto, Boston, Philadelphia, Orlando, Miami, all tight. Cleveland, Atlanta, that's all tight. All the way from 3 to 9 is tight. The Chicago Bulls still in there. Milwaukee need to do something. Yes, they need Giannis back, definitely. Then in the West, Oklahoma still way out in front there with 25-2, but the Nuggets are coming, baby. Lakers, I mean, look, the West is going to be freaking tough this year because I got 5, maybe 6 teams in the West who could win it all. You got the Thunder, you got the Nuggets, you got the Lakers, you got the Spurs, you got the Rockets, and I wouldn't count out the Golden State Warriors. So lots of teams. If the Sharks lose against the Bulls, will you lose your shirt? Why should I lose my shirt? No. There's not. Listen, I can't do that to the ladies. If I take off my shirt, you guys will never get a date, man. Never. Marnus, you'll die a virgin, never get a date. If I take my shirt off, Pandemonium breaks out on this channel, man. Then NHL. Oilers beat the Bruins 3-1. The Blackhawks from Chicago lose to the Montreal Canadiens 4-1. The Pittsburgh Penguins lose to the Ottawa Senators 4-0. I'm going to do all the names, total names. The LA Kings, the Los Angeles Kings beat the Tampa Bay Lightning 2-1. Toronto Maple Leafs lose 4-0 to the Washington Capitals. The Minnesota Wild beat the Columbus Blue Jackets 5-2. Got to remember all these names. The Philadelphia Flyers lose 3-5 to the Buffalo Sabres. New York Rangers beat the St. Louis Blues 2-1. Seattle Kraken lose 4-2 to the Calgary Flames. The Dallas Stars beat the San Jose Sharks 5-3. What does that mean? Well, hey, look, it is heating up in the NHL. I can tell you, Detroit Red Wings still out on top in the Atlantic. In the Metropolitan, it's obviously the Hurricanes out on top. Look, who's hot and who's not? But at the moment, the Hurricanes are hot with a 5-game winning streak. And the Pittsburgh Penguins are cold. Cold as the ice that they skate on because they've lost the last 7. Then we move out into the West. Avalanche on top of the Central. My Golden Knights on top of the Pacific. Yes, baby. Who's hot in the West? Well, the Minnesota Wild have won 6. So they've gone wild on everybody. They've won 6 in a row. And Chicago Blackhawks and the Seattle Kraken, they've gone cold. They've both lost 4 in a row. So, yeah, let's see. Let's see what happens there. Then we move on to North American college basketball. On the men's side, Georgia beat Western Carolina 112-82. On the ladies' side, Norfolk State lost to Ohio State 79-45. No, that's not happening. 1 second. If the Sharks lose, big support in the Storm. I'll support the Stormers, the Lions, and the Bulls when they play against the Northern Hemisphere teams. Bottom line. But this weekend, I'm supporting the Lions. This weekend, I'm supporting the Sharks, meaning the Bulls and the Stormers are going to win. The South Carolina Gamecocks beat South Florida 103-44. Vanderbilt beat UAlbany 64-35. Baylor beat Southern 77-60. And the UCLA Trojans, they beat Cal Poly 86-39. Guys, don't forget, I'm going to put it out there. College football this weekend. Tulane, Ole Miss, Alabama, Crimson Tide against the Oklahoma Sooners on this channel, of course. Then we got, what was it? Put it out like a James Madison playing the Oregon Ducks. Lemon Myring, whatever that is. Miami and Texas A&M will battle it as well. But guys, if you want to have a comprehensive update on everything North American, go check out our show Across the Pond this week. Cool show. As you can see on the pictures out there, we have Tom Brady, Larry Bird, and David Ortiz, our big pappy. Because we did the state of Massachusetts, so we brought all the Massachusetts sports teams in there. Check it out. Good show. What's the team announcing? I don't know yet. We'll see. Vern will let you know tomorrow morning in the morning show about all the announcing of the teams. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Then URC, talking about the rugby, coming up this week. Tonight we have Leinster against Ulster live on the channel. Tables. Leinster, Ulster, that's a good one. Ulster in 4th. Leinster are in 6th. Big game there with implications. Then, of course, on the weekend, the Stormers will take on the 7th ranked Lions, and the Bulls who are in 8th are going to be taking on the Sharks in 14th. But I can tell you now, Sharks are winning this one, baby. Lemon meringue. Oh, lemon meringue. Yes, it's good. Lemon meringue. Yeah, lemon meringue. Yeah, somebody could make me one for once. I don't know. There you go. And listen, if you want to know more about the DEFCON, about the rugby, check out our show from yesterday, DEFCON Rugby. We told you about the Premier League, the Gallagher Premier League, the top 14, the Japanese League, the URC, all the tables. If you want to get a big update on rugby, that's the show to go and watch. Then last night, EuroLeague basketball, baby. And Maccabi Tel Aviv is coming. I'm telling you, the boys there. I can't even say the boys from Tel Aviv because you can call them Maccabi bloody... what's the capital? Maccabi Sofia now, because they play all their home games there in Bulgaria. It's either, no, they play their home games in Serbia, Maccabi. Hapoel Tel Aviv play their home games in Bulgaria because they cannot play in Israel at the moment. So Maccabi beat Valencia 85-82. Panathinaikos beat Hapoel Tel Aviv 93-82 in the battle of the big boys. Vern had that one live. Must have been a stunning game. Milano lost to Fenerbahce. Fenerbahce, Istanbul coming as well. 72-87. Real Madrid knocked off Paris. Paris is in free fall, baby. But that's all up to Vern's favorite player, Haifi. Then today, Anadolu will take on Dubai. Zalgiris, Partizan live on this channel. Monaco will take on Bayern. Olympiacos, Villeurbanne. Olympiacos desperately need a win. Barcelona, Baskonia, that should be a tight one. And Red Star Belgrade against Bologna. Red Star could do with a win as well. So can Bologna. Show you what the standings is at the moment. Hapoel still out in front, but only one game ahead of Barcelona and Valencia and Panathinaikos. So that should be very, very interesting. Bottom half of the table, I'm worrying there. Villeurbanne, I think, is done. Paris, Bayern, Partizan, Baskonia, I do not know. I still think Anadolu Efes will get into the playoffs because they are coming. They are coming for everybody. Good stuff there. Then, of course, last night there was the darts. Well, yesterday, the whole day, there was 2 sessions, an afternoon and an evening session. And, man, I watched some of the highlights. Unbelievable darts. Callan, that's better. Callan Ritz beat Patrick Kovacs 3-0. Thibaut Triclot, the Frenchman, he lost in an unbelievable game against Matomu Saki. The Japanese guy was going off his nut. You know, you always think Japanese people are, calm, quiet, and reserved. This kid was fucking going crazy on the thing, and he played beautiful darts, man. Beautiful darts. Ryan Joyce beat Owen Bates 3-0. One of the big boys, Mike de Decker, world number 16. Totsins, my friend, the Dutchman, he got hammered by David Munyua of Zimbabwe, baby. This guy was sensational. He was sensational. Playing beautiful darts. What a character. Glad to see some of these fresh young people coming through. So well done to the man from Zimbabwe. My lemon meringue pie, I never get any. That's just the way it is, James Watimena beat Dominic Greulich of Germany 3-2. Dave Chisnell knocked off the Pink Lady Fallon Sharrock 3-0. Michael Van Gerven, a little bit of a scare against the Japanese guy there, Mitsuyoko Tatsunami. I mean, it was almost a bloody tsunami for Michael Van Gerven because the Japanese boy was doing really well. I watched that game last night. Fantastic. Van Gerven didn't start well in the tournament, but that, look, can only get better. And then at the end, it was Krzysztof Ratajski beating Alex Toiler of the Philippines 3-0. Ah, yes, it's in Vern's stomach. And listen here, you want me to read a full fucking comment? Then become a member. I say to you guys, the green ones come first. My Lord. Hey. Then cricket. Yeah, look, not looking good for the Englishman. Not looking good at all. Australia, 371 in the first innings. England could only reply with 286, and now we're in the second innings, and Australia's 137 for 2. They are leading by 222, so it's probably a little bit more now, because since I put that up about an hour ago, that session has been going on. Then we do have the little thing about New Zealand. Oh, why have I got that at the bottom of the screen? Good question. Move that up. New Zealand taking on the West Indies. New Zealand, they had to declare in the first innings. Declaring in the first innings. Who the fuck declares in the first innings? 575 for 8. The West Indies reply 63 for none. That's still ongoing. But we've got to talk about one man there from the... Well, we talk about 2 guys there from New Zealand. Tom Latham, he had 137. But Devon Conway, 227 runs. Double ton there for the man. Well done, well done. Congratulations from my side. That is a great thing. And then a little bit later today, South Africa will try to draw the series against India, but we'll see. We will see. There you go. Yeah, and then of course we cannot forget the maestro himself in skiing, boys. I was a downhill yesterday in, I think it was Val Gardena in Italy, and Marco Odermatt, once again, of course, he won it. That's his 50th win in his career. Fantastic. Ahead of another Swiss. How can it be anything different? I mean, we rule the skiing world. Franjo van Almen. And then the Italians doing well. Dominis Paris in fifth. Some French then, Niels Allegre and Niels Alfo. If you're not Niels, you're not in the French team. That's just basically that. Italians there. Florian Schneider, Mattia Cassis, Giovanni Franzoni doing well. Another Swiss. I mean, only Swiss and French and Italian in the top 9. And then Ilian Leto. Is that JJ Leto's son? I do not know. He came in 10th. But you know what I'm missing? Servus, my friends from Austria. I see no Austrians. Not one Austrian in a downhill in the top 10. I'm telling you now, they're going to cancel Christmas and New Year in Austria if you boys in the skiing don't improve, because that country's in a meltdown at the moment, man. The strudel is not even tasting good anymore, man. The spätzle have been put to the side. I mean, come on, Austria, what is wrong with you people? You know, we don't want you to win, but we want you to be competitive. I mean, at least be competitive. I mean, if the Austrians are not good, there's no one challenging us Swiss to win another Nations Cup. I mean, it's a joke. Austria, get your shit together now, man. Come on, get it together. So that was the skiing. More skiing today. Super G, Super Giant Slalom. Another Odermatt win. Could see it happening. Oh, Marco Odermatt. He's going to become, you know, some of the skiers, they become legends when they finish. This man's a legend while he's skiing already, man. Normally, you can only become the GOAT once you finish something. The man's already the GOAT, man. Come on. And the sheep are the Austrians. There we go. So that is the morning show for this morning. Yeah, 27 minutes in the book. I'm feeling well. Get ready for all the sports later today. See you guys later. And guys, if we've learned anything this morning, guys, be safe, take care. Yeah, and have a wonderful day. Ciao, ciao.